Hello everyone! Today is my day 18 of my diary, and as I am reading the book which is called Atomic Habits, I realized that to make good habits I need to determine those habits first. So let's do this. I supposed that there will be a lot of them, and if I will create a list of those habits and begin to create them one by one, it will be a road to nowhere. I'm telling you that because I have tried this strategy too many times. And as you might guess, all of them were not successful. That's why I kept searching for another way to be a better version of myself. And it seems I have found that way. Instead of setting goals, I need to set an image of myself in the future. In other words, I need to imagine the ideal person who I want to be. I should tell you, this task is not as simple as it may seem. It took me about a couple of weeks thinking about who I really want to be. I love life itself. In my life I have tried a lot of things such as flying an airplane, riding a snowboard on professional level, alpine skiing, apnea diving and more other interesting things. And I still love all that stuff. I start thinking who can afford to be a pilot and snowboarder at the same time, and what kind of resources that person has to have. Those thoughts have brought me to an interesting conclusion. That person should be someone who has money and time. And if you are talking about the legal way of earning money, then that ideal person should be a businessman, preferably successful. And that conclusion in turn makes me puzzled about what personality and traits he must have. After a very short surfing over the internet, I have found those traits that look right for me. They are here. They will be listed in order of importance in my opinion. I divided them into two categories, which I have already had and those which I have to improve myself. And I will be brief as usual. I will tell you only the essence. I'm sure that the most important trait is discipline. For now, I have a problem with it. The second very important thing is a process orientation. In other words, system orientation. The whole idea of this may be described by one citation from the Kaizen strategy. The message of the Kaizen strategy is that not a day should go by without some kind of improvement being made somewhere in the company. Unfortunately, it is also not as my cup of tea, at least for now. The third important thing is communicativity and empathy. The appropriate citation for this topic is: leadership is a way of thinking, a way of acting, and most importantly, a way of communicating, by Simon Sinek. I'm not sure who he is, but it was said precisely. I couldn't say that I am not communicative at all. I'd rather say I communicative, but my communication style is not too systematic. Anyways, it needs to be improved as well. Next thing on my list is self-confidence, and confidence in general. I wouldn't describe what it is. I'm sure everyone knows that. I just tell you that recently I have lost a pretty amount of confidence due to some reasons and failures, mostly in business and communication with people. So it needs to be improved as well. Now I want to list the traits, let's say habits, which I more or less already have. Resourcefulness. This citation by Mark Cuban says, It's not about money or connection, it's the willingness to outwork and outlearn everyone. It's probably the easiest thing to me. I love learning, especially interesting subjects for me. Another one is risk-taking. I am a champion in risk-taking. I won't even add more. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Of course, there are several more characteristics of ideal businessmen, but I want to concentrate only on a couple of things instead of huge lists that will be forgotten within a couple of weeks. And I could find myself at the same place I've started from, with another failure and severe depression. Due to the danger of spreading myself into many topics and losing focus, I decided to simplify my imagined businessman who I want to be in future to just one definition. He that actually is me must be a mature first of all. I don't want to discuss what that means. You can find it on internet by yourself. But the idea is, if I forget about some of the traits that I have to improve in myself, I always may ask myself every time I will make a decision whether I am acting right now as an adult or as a child. It will help me in most cases. Okay, that's all that I wanted to say today. One more thing. Keep it up, never give up, and take care. Like usual. Bye, see you in the next video tomorrow.